Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I want to share a tip for all the Balisongs / butterfly knife owners out there. This is something that's pretty well known among the flipping community, but if you're new to this or just never heard of this, well, hopefully it helps you out. I've talked about this in the past, but I don't remember what video it was, and it was literally years ago. So, all we're going to do here is take a couple O-rings and throw them onto our latch, okay? And this is going to solve a big problem with pretty much every cheap Balisong. Okay, if you buy a quality Balisong, usually not so much of an issue. But inevitably people buy these cheap Balisongs, all right, for a bunch of reasons. Biggest reason obviously is affordability. Another reason maybe they don't want to invest so much money into a specific hobby like flipping a Balisong until they know they like it, which would be a good idea. You know, if you don't know if you like the hobby, buy a cheap one. If you like it but you know you don't like the actual knife, just get a better knife, right? But this is what happens oftentimes, or pretty much every time. When you get a cheap Balisong, the latch ends up getting loose on you. Okay, it's supposed to click, well, not necessarily click, but it's supposed to firmly close in both the open position as well as the closed position. Okay, in the closed position, usually it's a lot looser. You can see this just literally opens up. Okay, it's not supposed to do that. I have a old Benchmade here as part of the International series, and you can see same deal. It's actually literally the same design, same skeletonized handles here. But this is how it's supposed to work. It shuts. It's not loose. Keeps the knife closed. So if I want to carry this in the pocket, it's not going to open up on me. And vice versa, when you're opening the knife and want to use it, it stays open. Alright, that is your locking mechanism, right? It keeps the handles closed or open. So here's a close-up of our latch. Alright, grab an O-ring. And by the way, this I believe is a 007 as far as the size, because obviously O-rings and gaskets and stuff, they come in a plethora of different sizes. You could probably get a kit with a bunch of different ones if you want to play with different sizes, but I'm pretty sure it's a 007. All right, and basically I just put it towards the edge here. I use this thumbnail to kind of hold it in place, and then you just want to stretch it over, right, so that it stays on the actual latch. Now, leaving it in this position right here, when I close this knife, you can see now it basically fills the gap, and it wants to squeeze these handles together. So one of these is usually enough, but I like putting on two, and there's a reason why. Let me actually just slide this down. Okay, so now it's towards the middle, and we're going to go ahead and pop on another one. There we go. Alright, so now we have two of them. So I ride these all the way up so it's right beyond, underneath our end here, and you can see this creates a nice tight seal. There's no way now this is going to accidentally fall open when the knife is closed. Okay, so it stays locked closed. And then of course, vice versa, when this gets locked in the open position, same thing. Okay, it's nice and tight. You can actually feel that you have to push down and squeezing the handles together. Alright, so very simple fix. What's nice too when you have multiple on here is that you can slide these all the way down while you're doing a little flipping session, and that kind of keeps the latch from bouncing back and forth too. Okay, it almost acts like a spring latch. But inevitably, the more I swing this around, eventually these will start pushing higher and higher, and it'll give more and more movement to this latch. If you want to do a long flipping session, you can get a bunch of these and literally line this up the entire length of the latch, put like, 10 of them on there or whatever, and then these can't ride up. So there's no way this is going to move, and it literally will stay straight out just like a Benchmade spring latch. So there's another close-up for you. Quick tip too, if you put multiple O-rings on here, I suggest squeezing the handles together before you try closing this. Otherwise, if you just try closing it like this, it's going to eventually tear and rip these O-rings. So you might want to get a big old bag, or just be conscious of squeezing it together first so it doesn't damage the O-rings. But pretty simple, pretty cheap, and a great solution to anyone who has a floppy, non-working latch. Its purpose is to keep the knife closed or keep it in the open position, and eventually with the cheap ones, they just get loose, they don't function anymore. So, it's kind of just an old school trick. Like I said, a lot of people know it, but if you didn't, now you do. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care.